Well, hello. Everybody ain't ready for that one. Hear me again. We're talking about Freemasonry and blood sacrifices. So I just want to say, everybody that's getting ready to tune in, I hope that you're having a great day today. Because I am. I'm having a good day today. I'm not going to hold you very long. I have some activities that I will be attending today. Got to go take care of a little business for some friends. But today, we're going to talk about Freemasonry and blood sacrifices. Freemasonry and blood sacrifice. So, you might as well come on and get some of this because it's going to be interesting. We also are going to be talking about the Illuminati type of people. Who are the Illuminati and what is this Illuminati? And we've heard about Freemasonry, the blood sacrifice. What do they do? Do Freemasons sacrifice people? And all of that conspiracy theorist stuff, we're going to talk about it. Now, I ain't gonna ever say that all of it isn't true. I won't say that. We're gonna dibble and dabble in some of this today just to get a better understanding about it. Because quite naturally, quite many of us who are into Freemasonry can actually talk about it and say, yes, this is true, this is not true. So today we're going to be really looking at Freemasonry and blood sacrifices. What is this blood sacrifice in regards to Freemasonry? We're going to take a look at that. So if you want to call in, if you want to tune in, you might as well tell somebody now. We're about to get down. We're going to also talk about that African American group called the it's a secret society. It's African American. Oh shuck, they try to be like the Skulls and Bones, or they are the shadow, or they're like the Skulls and Bones. I can't even think of their name. Blue. I can't think of their name. Somebody may have to help me out. There's a secret society of black people who has they have a very high income. Boule, there you go. Thank you very much, bro. I couldn't get it. What's up, brother Hitch? Hutch, I appreciate that, man. I could not get that. We're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about the Skulls and Bones. We're going to talk about sacrifices. We're going to talk about Freemasonry. Does Freemasonry play a part in that? What are these rituals? Who are these people behind the scenes? Because let's be honest, there are individuals behind the scenes. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about so many different topics. So you're going to have to really stay tuned. You're going to have to really be involved with this because we're going to somewhat be covering a broad spectrum of things. And like I said, that being one of them, Freemasonry, blood sacrifices. So if you got something you need to add to this show tonight, come on, get some of this. If you want to call in as soon as my administrators pop on, certainly you can call into the show if you feel up to it. That number for the show tonight is going to be 619-985-1184. Again, if you're going to call in tonight to tonight's show, I'm not going to be here long. That number to call in, if you want to participate and have that conversation, is going to be 619-985-1184. Again, it's 619-985. Wait a minute, I'm going to go back. 1184. If you want to call in tonight, let's do it. Brother Jackson is online. My administrator, Brother Jackson, is online. What's up, bro? I appreciate you. So if you want to call into the show, the number will be put up. And we're going to be talking about Freemasonry and blood sacrifices. Does Freemasonry and blood involve blood sacrifices? I mean, a lot of us who are involved with Freemason will tell you, no, it does not. But I'm going to tell you this. Just because it's not done where you at, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Just because something isn't done where you're at, doesn't mean it doesn't happen. If you can catch that on the way home. So once again, just because something doesn't happen or you don't do something in your jurisdiction doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to get right into the show. Freemasonry and blood sacrifices. Everybody that's coming on, certainly welcome aboard. What's up, Prince Finley? Welcome aboard. Uh, who is that? The Three Pillars of Light has. Oh, okay. What's up there, Three Pillars of Light? Appreciate you coming on. All right, everybody that's in tonight, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, the show is about Freemasonry and blood sacrifices and Freemasonry. How does that tie in? Do Freemasonry do blood sacrifices? We're gonna have this tonight because there are people who believe that Freemasons do blood sacrifices. There are people that believe that. And we're going to talk about some of the things that people have talked about in Freemasonry in regards to the Illuminati. We're going to have that conversation too. So let's go right in. First, we're going to talk about the Illuminati. Who is and what is the Illuminati? What is it and who is it? Well, I'm going to give it to you from my perspective, from what I've come across, and the information that I'm going to share with you. And if you care to look this up for yourself, certainly you can. You can definitely do that. Greetings. What's up? Hey, how you doing, Jackie? Appreciate you coming on. So, first of all, when we talk of the Illuminati today, the Illuminati as we know it today was first mentioned. I'm talking about today. I ain't going back 100 years. I'm talking about today's Illuminati. Today's Illuminati as we know it was first mentioned within the black community per se was in one of the rap albums. It was before Tupac. This was before Tupac. One of the rappers mentioned something about being watched by the Illuminati. And I can't think of his name right now, but I do know 100%. I'm sure that it was mentioned by a rapper. And then afterwards, it became more popular with Tupac mentioning and rapping about the Illuminati. So what is and who is the Illuminati? Well, from what I've read, the information I gathered, and doing my own research, and I encourage you to do the same, the Illuminati are those individuals or people who are part of this secret society, which is a organization that governs the economic system of America. That's that. I'm gonna tell you the reason how did I come to that conclusion. And I'm not going to be on long tonight. I promise you that. I start looking up who owns what. Who owns newspapers? What does Disney own? What does ABC, NBC, and CBS? Viacom. Look at who owns what. And those, when you see that one company owns many companies, you can damn sure guarantee that they're pulling some strings. Take, for instance, the owner, the group of people who owns UPS. And you may say, well, why would you mention UPS? Well, the reason I mention UPS, not the United States Postal Service, but UPS, United Postal Services, there's a difference. What can Brown do for you lately? The reason I mention them is because if UPS stop delivering mail, if they just stopped, if they halt their fleet, if they said, no, we're not going to do X, Y, and Z, what do you think would happen to America's economy at that time? What do you believe would happen? If FedEx would do the same, what do you think happened to the American economy? I just want you to think for a moment. Then let's take a look at the Bilderbergs. What do you think if they pulled their income, or that group pulled their resources? See, there's only a few people or a few groups. I'm not going to say people. There are only a few groups that runs the economic system of America. Only. I would consider them the Illuminati. Let me tell you why. Because of the illumination that they give, the light that they give, and economics that they bring to. There's only a few companies. It's maybe, I think, 5 or 6 total companies that run everything in the United States. Now, if I'm wrong, you can look them up, and especially Viacom. Especially Viacom and ABC, NBC. Look at Disney. Come on, people. You got to wait. Look, newspaper companies. Look at who runs the newspaper companies. See, the ones that control what you see, I would consider them Illuminati. Those who run the media, because they control, when you're able to control the perception of what people see, that's power. Hear me clearly. When you're able to control what people can see and view, that is power. Because the reason is such power in what people see and what they view, you know, is because if I showed a negative view of you all over the world, this is what the world's going to see. This is what they're going to, I control it. Those who are considered to be Illuminati, in my point of view, when I'm talking Illuminati for today's terminology, is those in those companies and corporations who control the economy of the United States and tell them to pass it. Because in the Senate are the only people who can pass any laws. That's true. The Congress and Senate are the only ones who can make and pass laws. That's truth. You can say what you want to say, but that's it. So if you're wondering about the Illuminati, if you're trying to figure out who is it, it's the ones who control what you see, what you view, what you buy. Have you ever thought of something and you was on your phone and you was talking to somebody and you mentioned that you like watches, and all of a sudden you go back to your phone and you go on your Facebook page and watches start to appear out of nowhere? Those who control that are listening to your conversations. They know everything about you, your passwords, your ins, your outs, your likes, and your don't likes. So if you believe that you're not being watched, you got another thing coming to you. If you think that you could turn off your phone and that's the end of it, read your apps in your phone. When it says that they can access your pictures, your voice, and all, they can turn that on and off anytime they want to. Unless you got a phone with a battery in it, just take the battery out and you're good. But I'm just saying, if you ever thinking about who the Illuminati is, it's those who control the economic development and process in this country. And it's only like 5 or 6 countries. Check it out for yourself. Secondly, you have to be the lexicon. It tells you about the Illuminati. Yeah, I got a lexicon. Yeah. I'm not beating you up tonight, but there's a great book called Behold I have that book. Check it out. It's not completely accurate, but it's a good, yeah. You're right. I have the book. Behold, yes, I do. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something about that particular book. If you purchase that book with a credit card, you're doing yourself a disservice. And let me tell you why. Because for some odd reason, when you purchase that book, a red light comes up somewhere. Yeah. When you purchase that book, a red light comes up somewhere. So you have to be careful about the material that you purchase, because people are watching what you purchase. They watch what you view. And those, to me, those people with that type of power, I consider them to be the Illuminati. That's from my own research. That's work I've done personally and stuff people have shared with me. Now, you may consider it to be something else. That's on you. And I understand the word Illuminati means to illuminate, to bring forth knowledge, to bring forth light, to reflect. I got that. But we're talking about but today's Illuminati is much deeper than that. It's much deeper than that. You know, I know that people said that West, what's his name? Keon, whatever his name, West, the rapper. I'm not too hip on him, but I know that a lot of people don't like him because he liked Trump. But anyway, they said that his mother was a sacrifice because I think she died on the operating table getting some liposuction or something was going on, and then after she died, he just lost it. They said she was a blood sacrifice for him. They said Aaliyah was a blood sacrifice for Jay-Z. Now I don't know how true that is, but apparently that was Diamond, whatever his name, the Rockefeller guy, the guy that owned Rockefeller Records, him and Jay-Z, Dash Diamond. They said that she was a blood sacrifice. Okay. They also said that T.I. sacrificed his niece or somebody that was killed here not long ago. So this is on the rumor mill in regards to the Illuminati, because once you sacrifice someone, it's supposed to you're supposed to show that you are in the in crowd, that you are part of this secret society of groups. You know, this is what I've read. I'm just sharing it with you, and you can do the same. So just think about that for a moment. And if you want to call in again, if the administrator is on, he can put my phone number back up, and we're gonna talk about this. Who is the Illuminati? Okay, so let's take a look at blood sacrifices. What is blood sacrifices? You know, what is it? So a blood sacrifice or a blood ritual is often involving symbolic death and rebirth, as literally bloody birth involving bleeding. Blood is typical seen as a very powerful and sometimes as unclean. Blood sacrifice is sometimes considered by the it is seen is blood. Let me see. Blood sacrifice is sometimes considered by prayer. You know, they consider prayer to be a blood sacrifice, a ritual, a magic, a spell cast into intensify power as such activities. All right, I got stuck for a second. But the blood rituals, there's such thing as a blood ritual where they take the life of a person, and then that person is supposed to have a rebirth. It's deep. It is deep. So when you take a look at it, you know, and just look at it for what it is. A Mason, aka Amazon. Okay. Oh, really? BIP bank doesn't pay taxes anymore to any country? Well, you know, that reminds me not only of them, as you've just mentioned, but the Rockefellers. The Rockefellers who runs the Federal Bank Reserve. The Federal Bank Reserve, as you know, it is not even part of the United States government. It is its own entity. It cannot be audited, period. It can't. So there's a lot of things that go on that I would consider to be part of the Illuminati theory. Not only say theory because the concept of the Illuminati as we know it today is control. Okay. I don't know why they map all Masons into this Illuminati thing. Like, are we trying to run the world? I wish I did know something like that. Yes, Keon West. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep. Come on, y'all. Oh boy, y'all got me going. Damon Dash, thank you. Appreciate it. So those are just a few people that we've heard that have made sacrifices to come up. You know, there's a famous rocker. I'm trying to think of his name. He's been around for God knows eons. He's part of a famous rock group. Kiss is another group that they say that have made blood sacrifices because of their longevity in the rock scene. You know, they've been around for years, so they've been thrown into the pot and saying, "Oh yeah, you know, they've done blood sacrifices. That's why they're around so long." There are many rappers such as what's his name? He put out the song called Freemasons. What is his name? I can't think of his name. It escapes me right now. Put out the song called Freemason, but he really wasn't a Freemason. Heavyset black guy. He stole somebody's name. I can't even think of his name. You know, help me out, somebody. Ozzy Osbourne is another one. Rick Ross. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I appreciate it. Rick Ross is another gentleman. You know, they say when you sign contracts in the music industry, there's some things that you must do or sacrifice. Some people believe in sacrificing themselves, and by doing different rituals like homosexual rituals, you know, you got to give of yourself, and you know, they make these videotapes, and then after that, you know, they got this hanging over your head, so if you ever want to spill the beans, boom, there it is. I'll tell you something that's funny to me. I remember the group called Nilly Vanilli. Okay, I don't know how many of you remember that group, and they was just two gentlemen who happens to look pretty good and wanted a singing career, and they both worked at McDonald's at the time, and they got a Grammy, they won everything, okay, and then they went to the music industry record company and said, look, we want to record our own song with our own voices, and they told them if you do, you would be exposed. And what did they do? They exposed them, said that they never sung the songs, that they wasn't a group that was singing. You know, it was actually another black guy singing those songs, you know, and he was like behind the scenes and they was lip singing, you know. And the thing is that they got exposed and one of the guys committed suicide. You know, I mean, they wanted the fame, they wanted the life, and they received it. But then when they tried to come clean, couldn't handle the pressure, couldn't take it. So boom, there it is. It was a wrap. You didn't hear no more. That one album sent them out into space. I mean, they was big. And then all of a sudden, when they tried to expose the mere fact that they even came forth and said they didn't sing the song. And they was the one that was done in. Whatever happened to the record company? They still around. They still around. You know? And then for a lot of rappers who were involved in the music industry, it is well documented. Such as, let's take a look at what my guy named, the Hot Boys, the Hot Boys, Babyface and Lil Wayne and that gang, you know, kissing on TV and all of that. I'm like, yeah, damn, really? And they supposed to be thugged out. I'm just saying, from what I've read and from what I've personally seen about them, do I believe? Yeah, I think there's something to that. To Baby, to Lil Wayne, to that whole Hot Boy group, you know, there was a lot going on with that group, you know. So let's just consider for what it is. Is there some truth to the sacrifices that those who are in that industry make? You know, let's look at Taisha, whatever her name. She's pretty hot right now, but Cat Williams went in hard on her. I can't think of that female. She's a comedian. She did the thing with Girls Vacation. You know, she's pretty funny at times. You know, and she made the statement that she slept with some people. She made that statement. She wasn't holding nothing back. She said, "Yeah, I did the damn thing. I was on the casting couch." She actually said that. So that may have been her sacrifice. You know, so is there a sacrifice for fame? Do I believe that? Yes, I believe there's a sacrifice for fame. There is. You know, later in the career of Michael Jackson, what did he start to say? What did Mike start to say? Mike started to shed some light on a whole lot of stuff. He just didn't last long. Was Mike really in debt? Was he? I don't think Mike was. If he was in debt, he was getting ready to come out of debt, because if he'd have did that world tour, it'd have wiped out his debt. You know, for those of us who know anything about the music industry, I don't know. I'm not claiming that I do know a whole lot, but from what I read for myself, Mike owned publishings. He owns he owns some shit. You know, the Beatles and Jay-Z and his girls Beyonce. He owns some publishings. Elvis. Come on, man, that's a lot of money. You know, but he didn't have the cash. He didn't have the money. He had access to it. He just didn't have the cash money to get out of debt, you know. But if he'd have did that world tour, it was a wrap. But he couldn't do it. He couldn't finish it. So who do you think got paid? Really, who do you think got paid after Mike's death? Yeah, I think his family got a little something. But I think the music company really came up. AG, what they call it, AGA, you know, that owns Staples Center. They the one that came up. You know, I'm quite sure they had a life insurance policy on Mike. Who knows how much that life insurance policy was worth? Come on, we got to think beyond where we're at. Let me tell you something else funny. If you have a credit union bank account, they send you a statement in regards to a life insurance policy, right? think it's about maybe $2,000 or $3,000. It can go up. But they send you and ask you who would you have to be your beneficiary. You know what that tells you is that they got a life insurance policy out on you. They do. And you die, your family gets about 2,000 or 3,000, but who knows how much money they have on you? Who knows? There's a game being played, and a lot of us are kind of asleep at it. And some of us know about it, but can't do anything about it. But you have to be aware. There's a lot that happens around us that we don't pay a whole lot of attention to. We don't. We go on with our daily lives like everything is okay. That's how we look at it. So just think about it. The blood sacrifices and the sacrifices that people have made to get where they are at in life. It cost. It cost them. Let's even take a look at Prince. You just think that Prince just died? Do you really believe that? Because I don't think that he just up and just died, and he was on opioids, or he just did an overdose and died in his elevator. Do I believe that? No, I don't. I don't know. You might. Do you believe that Prince up and just died all of a sudden? Appreciate that. Yeah, that was Rick Ross I was trying to talk about. The dog is a mascot of John G. Jones Research Lodge. Oh my God. Think about everybody that makes millions. They lost a family member. Shake it, mama. Well, yeah, Tiffany. Yeah, that's who. That's her. Thank you. Yeah. But I'm not going to say that everybody who makes millions are like that. I can't say that. I won't say that. Some people have won the lotto and then lose it all because they don't know how to manage their money. Some people have worked hard all of their life and have managed to make some money, and they become wealthy off of that. There's plenty of ways. Some people are very good at playing the stock market and investing. So I can't say those who have millions have done it. I would say those who are an elite. I'm talking billions. I ain't talking millions. Is no more money. Once upon a time, if you had $1 million, you were like, yeah, I'm a millionaire. Look, look, being a millionaire is nothing these days. You could be poor and be a millionaire. I know y'all probably saying, what? Yeah, you could be poor and be a millionaire. Certainly you can. That's just true. He owned a lot of Sony. You're right, God King. Absolutely he did. And then if you look at Prince, what did Prince own? He owned 400 unreleased albums. His vault alone was worth millions. And plus he owned his own masters. He just gotten hold to his own masters. And then after owning his own masters for about 2 years, he's done. It's over. Are you serious? He must have knew something, because according to what's been reported at his last concert, he said, hold your tears. Oh, don't be crying right now. Hold them for a couple of days. Let's see what happens. Apparently he knew something that we didn't know and didn't mention it. So I'm just putting it out there. When we talk about the Illuminati, who is this group of people? Why is it only like 6 companies that own most, if not all of the assets of America? And let's not forget that guy who owned Microsoft. Let's not forget about the Bill Gates character, who's now over in Africa, giving them trying to hold the population over there. Let's not forget about Bill Gates. Now, Bill Gates, look at his wealth, man. We talking about billions. We ain't talking about no millions. That ain't $1 million is no more money unless you just poor and broke like most of us. Then we come up, But millionaires, it's a lot of them. But when you talk about billionaires, ain't a lot of billionaires, So you got to think about that. And that's for sure. The ones in Hollywood and entertainment. Oh, for sure. We got to really kind of look at who owns what you see, what you hear. The way to the soul of a man is through his hearing and seeing. That's how you get whatever is going to come in here is going to come through hearing and seeing. That's how it's going to get there. So when we think about these sacrifices that people make, they make them for monetary reasons. They sure do. Let's not be stupid about it. I'll tell you one. Remember when Cat told the joke about going to the mansion party? We to us, but Cat was serious as hell. Cat was for real. Cat wasn't playing with nobody. When Cat came on and did that stand up and was talking about the mansion party, and he went to all these different rooms and the things that he seen at the mansion party. He seen Dr. What's his name from Moesha in there. He was like, "Oh, that's you, Doc? Ooh." You know, he talked about when he walked in and he had his weed. They was like, "You don't need that. You don't need that. Shit, we got his. No, that stuff you got, that ain't nothing." They told him to put on a Viper. He put this mask over his head and he inhaled and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." You know? So I'm just saying, I mean, tonight's show is about that life. It's about blood sacrifice. What goes on behind the scenes that we don't see? You know, those of us who enjoy the name of being called a Freemason, what is that we don't see? You know, what is it? You know? Bill Gates, Buffett, Ted Turner. Oh, yeah. Hey, they kicked Ted Turner to the curb. Yeah, Ted Turner, they didn't got to him. You don't hear nothing else about Ted Turner. Nothing. Ask yourself why. What did Ted Turner do for them to turn their back on him? What did he do? You don't hear much about Ted no more. Peace and blessing to everybody who's coming on tonight. Don't you notice how Puffy blew up after Biggie died? Yeah. Yeah. If anybody paid any attention, he did. Yeah, Puffy blew up after Biggie died. That is a fact. Do we believe that Biggie was a sacrifice? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. But if that's what you were saying, I can agree that Biggie did blow up after Puffy. That Puffy blew up after Biggie was shot. Oh yeah, certainly. I believe that. You know, there's a lot of conspiracy theories is out there about Biggie and Tupac. Is Tupac still alive? I don't know. And do I care? Not really. I don't. You know, but there's something to be said in regards to things that happens, and then it's like, really, are we really seeing this happen and play out? Yeah, we really watched that whole thing play out. We did. You know, we watched two famous rappers at that time, at their peak, get killed, and nobody has been caught. There's some more to the story. We all know that, but there's nothing that we can do but talk about it. That's it. And everybody that was connected with the Tupac killing, and when they was getting hold of them, they all dead. Most of everyone who was connected with that Tupac murder is done. Is done. Period. It's a wrap, you know. It is what it is. So was Tupac a sacrifice for death row? I don't think Tupac was a sacrifice for death row, because death row has been sold multiple times. You don't hear anything about death row. But those who own the master copies of death row records, shit, they got the money. Interscope, those guys. Man, look, death row was, when it was at its peak, yeah, it was worth a lot of money, but death row was just a subsidiary record company. They didn't own nothing but the name. And I don't even think they owned the name. You know, Death Row was just another record company putting out records that was, everybody else was making the money. But those were crumbs. Whatever Tupac was getting, whatever Suge Knight and those guys was getting was crumbs compared to what the big boys was getting off of Death Row. Let's just be honest with that. Death Row owned nothing. You know? Let me see. What's the name of Biggie? Biggie had what was the name of his thing on the West Coast, on the East Coast? Bad Boy. You know, my boy Puffy. I don't know if Puffy owned Bad Boy or not. I mean, outright owned it. It was his. I don't know. But if it was and he sold it, we all got to come up, right? The only company, the only, the last black owned record company was Motown. And after that, no more. We could talk about the Birdmen and the Hot Boys, but no. Mm-mm. The last black owned record company, producing, distributor, do it all was Motown. And Berry Gordy sold that. That's it. The last black owned channel, BET, period. I mean, yeah, I know about O, I know about Aspire, and there's a couple other, but I'm talking, look, BET changed the scope of things. BET had its own emails, because I had a BET email account. BET had BET News that came on and stayed on for about an hour. Then you had the BET had its own shows. Okay, but once Bob Johnson sold all of that, it was a wrap, man. Once the brother sold that, it was done. It was over. You wouldn't have that same BET back. Never. BET now is entertainment. That's all they are. It's just entertainment to keep you docile, to keep you like, okay, we got a channel. You don't own, Viacom own BET. That's who owns BET. Period. There is no black owned channel to where you can turn it on, you get the news. You get all the things that were considered newsworthy and all of that. No, including the Oprah channel. She do her own thing. She making her money, but she's all entertainment. Keep you docile. There's nothing that comes on her channel that can make you wake up. I mean, shake you, wake you up. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know how many black cable companies are there, but to me, the Illuminati controls all of that. And when I say the Illuminati, I'm speaking specifically in regards to those 6 entity companies that owns 80 to 90% of America. To me, that's Illuminati. That's some enlightenment shit right there. That's real. Now, we're going to get ready to change topics. Anybody else got what you got to say on that? Let's see. No Limit. Well, okay, you got me. No Limit Records. You got me on No Limits. Master P is brilliant. I will give him that. He owns his own thing. I have to give it to Master P. I have to. But they shut him down. He's doing his thing, but you don't see him like you see a Puffy and the rest of those guys that are out front. He's doing his thing, but nah, you're not gonna see him like that. Mm-mm. No Limit, yeah, I would give it to No Limit. They are a hit factor. They did movies, No Limit Records, yeah. I have to give No Limit that. I have to give Master P that because he's big boss. He is. Nobody can come and tell him what to do with his own company. He has managed his money very well. I just wish him more success and be able to pass that wealth down to his sons. It's called generational wealth. We need to understand what that's all about. Old money. Oh my God, old money goes a long way. All right. No Limit rap a lot. Bad Boy, the list goes on. Well, Bad Boy Bad Boy is not owned by them anymore. They are part of another record company. But No Limit is independent. It's a done. I don't know much about rap a lot. But No Limit is definitely independent. Yes, Master P got connected. He was self-made. He did his thing, made his money, and made other people money. He did that. And I have to give it to him. Hey, I'm going to get ready to go. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Man, I didn't even talk about some other stuff I wanted to get into, like some of the sacrifices and rituals and things like that. My time. Yes, my organization, we do primitives and ancient. Yeah, we do that. Yeah. Oh man, look, I'm gonna have to come back. I got some business to go take care of today, but I'm gonna have to do a part two to this. If you guys agree that I should do a follow up to this video, could you please hit the yes, give me a thumbs up, give me a like so I can see? Because what happens is that they got this thing they do on YouTube about your ratings and all of that stuff, and everybody don't get the time that I get ready to come on. So I gotta go take care of some business right now. But definitely, please, if you think I need to do a part two to this, after this video, you can write a comment. I'll do a part two. I want to talk about some rituals that deal with sacrifices. There's also another group out there called the Owl Group. This group meets once a year in the hills of California. They burn this huge ass owl and they block off a whole private road. You cannot get to where they're at. As a matter of fact, from what I gather, you'll bust. If you're a part of this group, you'll bust there. You don't drive there. It's like this resort, and it's pretty. Apparently, it's pretty intense. They do some, from what I gather and what I've read, they do some sacrifices there, some real shit. So this oh man, this can be show hate. I gotta go, gentlemen and ladies and sisters. Oh my goodness, Prince fought the system. He did. Prince did fight the system. He fought, but he fought a good fight. He did do that. You know, Wednesday night early. I should do one Wednesday night. Yes. Okay. All right. Do a part two. I love that. The bird. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. The Bohemian Grove. Yes. Yes. Man. Now that shit right there. They block, man, that's a whole resort they got. They take over the whole resort. Now that's some freaky stuff. That's some for real stuff right there. Yes. Okay, so I'm saying that I should do a part two. So look, I got some business to go take care of. I want to say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each of you. We are going to do a Freemason blood sacrifice part two because there's a lot to this that those of us who are Masons, part of the various jurisdictions, to me, in my own opinion, I'm going to say this here. I believe from what I'm gathering, from what I'm seeing, from what I've been reading myself, we're just the surface of a whole lot of shit that go on, excuse my language, that we have no idea. That's my own opinion. Okay, it's not the opinion of my Grand Lodge. It is not the opinion of Research Lodge number 147. It's just my own opinion. Whether you agree with me or not, there's a lot of stuff that happens and we be like at a wild moment. And I tell you what, and I'm going to say this, based on what's been shown to all of us, you have to ask yourself this question. Who is it within the movie industry? Why are they always putting in symbolic messages and Masonic emblems in their movies? You have to ask yourself that. Who's doing that? What producer? Who is doing these things? Because apparently the props that are in these movies have to be approved props. I'm just saying. So next time, until we speak to each other, until I see you, God bless you. Big shout out to Modern Free. Today, I had the opportunity earlier today, maybe about 40 minutes ago or so, had the opportunity of speaking with Grandmaster Robert Jackson of Modern Free Grand Lodge here in California. We had St. John's Day together. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to see you, to greet you, my brother. Peace and be well. Take care of yourself. I'm out. And whatever you do in life, keep your light on and stay out the bushes. You should ask Alex Jones to come on the show. He got footage behind the scene. Hey, I'll tell you what, if anybody can get me in contact with Alex Jones, how can I contact him? I don't mind having him on the show. We can have that conversation. That's real. Call me tomorrow, the brother Hawkins. Good King, I don't have your name in my phone, by the name of Good King. So you're going to have to text me or call me tomorrow, brother. Uh, look for part 2 on Wednesday night early. Okay. You heard it. Wednesday night early, Wednesday, we're going to do a part 2. I appreciate that, Brother Jackson. I forgot that crazy guy name. Hey, I appreciate everybody. I got to go. Take care. Peace. And please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm out.